Are you tired of feeling overwhelmed by all the complicated advice out there on how to grow your wealth? Do you want a simple, effective path to financial freedom? Then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into 20 money lessons from the simple path to wealth. This book by J.L. Collins is a no-nonsense guide that cuts through the noise and offers a straightforward approach to building wealth. These 20 lessons are not just about saving money or cutting back on coffee. They're about understanding the bigger picture of financial success and learning to make money work for you. By the end of this video, you'll have practical, powerful insights to achieve financial independence. No gimmicks, no fluff, just clear steps to follow. So subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and let's get started. The first lesson Collins teaches us is to avoid lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation is when our spending increases as our income grows. It's tempting. You get a raise, and suddenly you feel like upgrading your car or moving into a bigger house. But here's the catch. Lifestyle inflation traps you in a cycle where you're always spending what you earn, leaving no room for saving or investing. To illustrate, think of it like a treadmill. You're running faster and faster, earning more, but the treadmill, your lifestyle, speeds up with you. The result? You're moving but not really getting ahead financially. Collins argues that by keeping your expenses in check, even as your income grows, you can save more, invest more, and reach financial independence faster. Moving on to the next topic in the simple path to wealth, let's talk about the importance of FU money. Collins introduces the concept of FU money, savings that give you the freedom to walk away from any job or situation that doesn't serve you. It's not about being reckless. It's about having the power to make choices that align with your values. Imagine being in a job you hate, but staying because you need the paycheck. FU money gives you an exit strategy. When you have enough saved up, you're no longer at the mercy of a paycheck or a boss. You have the freedom to pursue opportunities that excite you and live life on your terms. This concept isn't just about having a lot of money. It's about creating a safety net. Collins suggests aiming to save at least 6 months' worth of living expenses to start. Over time, this fund can grow into a powerful resource that gives you confidence, reduces stress, and opens doors to new possibilities. Now that we know the importance of FU money, let's dive into the next money lesson, and that is understanding the stock market. One of the biggest lessons in Collins's book is that the stock market always goes up over time. Yes, there are ups and downs, recessions, crashes, and corrections, but historically, the market has trended upward. Collins emphasizes that patience is key to building wealth. Think of it like planting a tree. You don't expect it to grow overnight. There are seasons where it may look like nothing is happening, but deep down, the roots are spreading and strengthening. Similarly, the stock market has periods of growth and decline, but over decades, it has consistently delivered positive returns. This lesson is particularly important for new investors who might feel anxious about market volatility. Collins advises sticking to a long-term strategy and trusting in the market's overall upward trajectory. This approach allows your investments to grow through compounding, ultimately creating substantial wealth. By the way, if you're enjoying the video and want more content like this, drop the name of a book you'd like us to summarize in the comments below. That way, I'll know you're on board. Now let's move on to the money lesson, and that is keeping things simple with index funds. Collins strongly advocates for index funds as the ideal investment vehicle for most people. He explains that individual stock picking is risky and requires a lot of time and expertise. On the other hand, index funds offer a low-cost, diversified way to invest in the entire market without the hassle of managing individual stocks. Here's a real-life example. Think of Warren Buffett, one of the world's most successful investors. He once made a bet that an S&P 500 index fund would outperform a group of hedge funds over 10 years. Guess what? The index fund won, proving that simplicity often beats complexity in investing. Index funds let you buy the whole market, capturing its growth without needing to predict which stocks will succeed. Collins suggests that for most investors, a simple low-cost index fund like Vanguard's VTSAX is the easiest and most effective path to wealth. This approach keeps fees low, reduces stress, and allows your investments to grow steadily over time. And let's get into the next money lessons from The Simple Path to Wealth, understanding the role of bonds in your portfolio. Bonds might not be as exciting as stocks, but they play an essential role in a balanced portfolio. Collins explains that bonds act as a buffer, providing stability during stock market downturns. While stocks offer high growth potential, they're also more volatile. Bonds, on the other hand, offer lower returns, but are generally more stable. Here's an analogy. Think of your portfolio as a ship. Stocks are the sails that push you forward, catching the wind and driving growth. But bonds are like the ballast. They keep the ship stable, even in choppy waters. When the market crashes, bonds can provide a cushion, helping you stay calm and maintain your long-term strategy. Collins recommends adjusting the balance between stocks and bonds based on your age and risk tolerance. For example, younger investors might choose a portfolio with 90% stocks and 10% bonds, while older investors might go for a 60-40 split. This balance allows you to capture growth while protecting against market fluctuations. Moving forward to the next money lesson, let's talk about the 4% rule for retirement. One of the most popular concepts in Collins' book is the 4% rule. This rule suggests that if you withdraw 4% of your investment portfolio each year in retirement, there's a good chance it will last for the rest of your life. In other words, if you've saved $1 million, you can safely withdraw $40,000 per year. Now, this rule isn't perfect. It's based on historical data and assumes that you'll stick to your withdrawal amount even in tough years. But the 4% rule offers a simple framework for thinking about retirement. Rather than guessing or worrying if your savings will run out, the rule provides a concrete starting point. Imagine retirement as a marathon rather than a sprint. You wouldn't run a marathon by sprinting at full speed. You pace yourself. Similarly, with your retirement savings, the goal is to manage your withdrawals so they last. By withdrawing a steady, sustainable amount each year, you're pacing yourself financially. Next comes an important reminder from The Simple Path to Wealth, the beauty of keeping things simple. Collins emphasizes that when it comes to money, simplicity is often the key to success. Many people get caught up in complex investment strategies or financial products, thinking that complexity will lead to higher returns, but in reality, the simplest strategies often yield the best results. Think of this lesson like cleaning out your closet. If you have too many things, it becomes cluttered, and finding what you need is a hassle. But when you pare down to the essentials, everything is clear and easy to manage. The same goes for investing. The simpler your strategy, the easier it is to stay focused and avoid costly mistakes. Collins suggests that most people only need a few key investments, like a total stock market index fund and a bond fund, to build a solid portfolio. By keeping things simple, you save time, reduce stress, and ultimately set yourself up for long-term financial success. And speaking of keeping things simple, we noticed that 66.8% of our viewers aren't subscribed to our channel, and that's a lot. If you're finding this content valuable, why not make it official and hit that subscribe button? By subscribing, you'll get all our latest videos, tips, and insights straight to your feed. No searching required. Plus, it keeps us motivated and allows us to keep delivering the best wealth-building content possible. So go ahead, click subscribe, and let's continue on this journey to a wealthier future together. Moving on to the next lesson, why do many investors lose money in the market? Many investors lose money not because the market is bad, but because they let emotions drive their decisions. When the market is booming, people buy at high prices, and when it crashes, they panic and sell at low prices. This buy high, sell low cycle is why so many investors struggle to build wealth. Here's a quote from Warren Buffett that fits perfectly here. "Be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful." Collins encourages us to take a long-term approach and avoid the temptation to time the market. Instead, he suggests sticking to a simple, consistent investing strategy, regardless of market fluctuations. Think of investing as planting a garden. You wouldn't dig up your plants every time it rains or snows, would you? Similarly, you need to trust that your investments will grow over time, despite occasional storms in the market. Now let's dive into the next money lessons from the simple path to wealth, building FU money. Building wealth isn't just about saving and investing. It's also about cultivating freedom and security, something Collins calls FU money. This is money that gives you the power to make choices, whether it's leaving a toxic job or taking time off to focus on personal goals. With FU money, you gain independence and can live life on your own terms. This concept was a major motivator for J.L. Collins himself. He didn't start out as a financial guru. In fact, he admits he made a lot of money mistakes early on. After working his way up in the corporate world, he realized that his true passion was financial independence. He wanted to be able to spend time with his family, travel, and enjoy life without worrying about bills. So he started experimenting with simple investing strategies, learning that the key wasn't just to earn more, it was to manage what he had and let compounding do the work. Over time, Collins honed a straightforward investment strategy that would become his simple path to wealth. His goal was to help others escape financial stress and build a life of freedom. And that's exactly what we're doing today with these money lessons. Apply them to build lasting wealth. Imagine you're someone who saved up enough FU money to cover a year's worth of living expenses. You're in a job that's become stressful and draining, but now, instead of feeling trapped, you have options. With that financial cushion, you could take a sabbatical, try freelancing, or explore a new field entirely, all without the constant worry of making ends meet. Or maybe you're a parent who wants more time with your family. With FU money in the bank, you have the freedom to reduce your hours, take a part-time role, or start your own business from home, allowing you to focus on what truly matters to you. Next, let's explore the basics of tax efficiency in your investments. Taxes can take a big chunk out of your investment gains, which is why Collins emphasizes the importance of tax-efficient investing. By choosing the right accounts and understanding how taxes impact your investments, you can keep more of what you earn. Think of taxes like a leaky bucket. If your bucket has holes, no matter how much water or money you pour in, it won't fill up as quickly. To make sure your bucket fills faster, you need to plug those holes. Or in financial terms, minimize your tax burden. Collins recommends using tax-advantaged accounts like 401(k)s and IRAs to grow your investments more efficiently. Let's talk about retirement accounts and what to do when you change jobs. In this chapter, Collins covers the differences between traditional and Roth IRAs and explains how to manage retirement accounts, especially when changing jobs. Knowing how these accounts work can help you avoid unnecessary fees and maximize your savings. Imagine changing jobs and having your old retirement account hanging out, unmanaged. It's like leaving money on the table. Collins advises rolling over old 401(k)s into IRAs, which often have lower fees and more investment options, helping your retirement savings grow more efficiently. Now let's talk about how Social Security fits into your financial plan in this money lesson. Social Security is an important part of many people's retirement plans, and Collins provides guidance on how to incorporate it wisely. He explains that while Social Security can be a reliable source of income, it shouldn't be your only source. Imagine Social Security as a safety net, not a hammock. It's there to provide basic support, but relying on it alone is risky. Collins advises planning as though Social Security won't be enough, which will motivate you to build a stronger, more secure retirement fund. Now let's look at whether or not you need a financial advisor, according to the book, The Simple Path to Wealth. One of the most common questions people have is whether they need a financial advisor. Collins argues that, for most people, managing your own finances is not only possible, but also more cost-effective. Financial advisors can provide valuable guidance, but their fees can eat into your investment returns over time. Imagine hiring a personal trainer who charges a hefty monthly fee, even though you only need a simple workout plan. In the same way, most people don't need a high-cost advisor for basic financial management. Collins suggests that with a bit of research and commitment, you can manage a simple investment portfolio on your own and save thousands in fees. Moving forward, let's talk about the importance of patience and discipline in investing. If there's one thing Collins emphasizes throughout the book, it's that patience and discipline are your best friends when it comes to building wealth. It's easy to get impatient when the market dips or when growth feels slow, but those who stick to a steady strategy are the ones who succeed over time. Think of it like planting a tree. You don't check the roots every day or dig it up to see if it's growing. You water it, give it sunlight, and let nature do the rest. Similarly, with investing, you need to set up a solid plan, leave it alone, and let time work its magic. Collins reminds us that there's no such thing as an overnight success. True wealth comes to those who are patient and stick to their path. The next money lessons is balancing your portfolio. One of the golden rules in Collins' strategy is asset allocation, essentially how you divide your investments between stocks, bonds, and other assets. Collins suggests that your age and tolerance for risk should guide your allocation. For instance, younger investors can take on more stocks because they have more time to ride out the market's ups and downs. Older investors, on the other hand, might benefit from a safer, bond-heavy portfolio. Think of asset allocation as the recipe for your investment soup. If you only put in high-risk stocks, it's like adding only hot sauce. Exciting, but overwhelming. Now let's dive into the next lesson, withdrawal rates in retirement. We previously mentioned the 4% rule, but in this chapter, Collins goes deeper. He suggests that while the 4% rule is a good starting point, it's not a one-size-fits-all. Different market conditions or personal circumstances might mean you'll need to adjust your withdrawal rate. Consider the 4% rule like a thermostat. You set it at a comfortable level, but sometimes you have to turn it up or down based on the weather outside. The key is to stay flexible and make adjustments if your financial situation changes. Collins advises reviewing your spending and portfolio performance regularly, especially in retirement, to ensure your funds last. Another key takeaway from these money lessons is the incredible power of compounding. Compounding is the process of earning returns on your returns, and it's one of the most powerful forces in investing. Collins explains that starting early is crucial because compounding takes time to work its magic. He uses Warren Buffett as an example. Most of Buffett's wealth was accumulated after he turned 50, thanks to decades of compounding. Think of compounding like a snowball rolling down a hill. It starts small, but as it rolls, it picks up more snow and grows larger. In the same way, your investments might seem modest at first, but over time, they build momentum and grow exponentially. Collins emphasizes that the sooner you start, the more time your money has to multiply. Up next, crafting a plan for a long and fulfilling retirement. One of Collins's key messages is that we're living longer than ever before, which means our money needs to last longer too. Retirement isn't just about reaching a certain age. It's about having enough saved to sustain you through potentially decades of life. Collins advises planning for a long retirement, ensuring you have enough saved to enjoy those years fully. Think of retirement like a long road trip. You wouldn't start the journey without checking that you have enough fuel, snacks, and supplies to last the entire trip. Similarly, you need to make sure your retirement tank is full. Collins suggests saving more than you think you'll need, building a cushion that gives you peace of mind no matter what. Now let's look at the concept of staying frugal even after you've built wealth, as Collins discusses in The Simple Path to Wealth. Collins believes that living frugally isn't just a means to an end. It's a lifestyle. Even once you've achieved financial independence, practicing frugality allows you to continue growing your wealth. He emphasizes that true wealth is about freedom, not material possessions. Consider the story of Warren Buffett again. Despite being one of the richest people in the world, he still lives in the same modest house he bought decades ago. This isn't because he has to. It's because he values financial freedom over luxury. Collins encourages readers to adopt a similar mindset, focusing on what brings lasting happiness rather than fleeting pleasure. Now let's move on to the final money lesson, putting everything we've learned into action. In the final chapter, Collins ties everything together and encourages readers to take action. He emphasizes that the principles in this book aren't just theories, they're practical steps you can take today to start building your wealth. Collins advises starting with small changes, like setting up a low-cost index fund and automating your savings, and building from there. Think of The Simple Path to Wealth as a recipe for financial success. It's not about mastering every single ingredient perfectly, but about following the steps to create something lasting and fulfilling. Collins reminds us that the journey to wealth doesn't require brilliance or luck. It simply requires consistency, discipline, and a willingness to keep learning. So there you have it. 20 money lessons from the simple path to wealth. These lessons aren't about getting rich quickly or chasing the latest trends. They're about building a solid, steady foundation that gives you true financial freedom. By following J.L. Collins' advice, you'll not only make money, but also gain the peace of mind that comes with financial independence. If you found this video helpful, I highly recommend checking out my next video, which complements this one perfectly. Don't hesitate to share this video, it might help someone else too. Please subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts on today's content. Thanks for watching, and remember, the path to wealth is simple. It just takes commitment, patience, and the right mindset. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and let's make financial freedom a reality.